Welcome to Crushing Kayfabe. My name is Jason Garish. Thank you for tuning in. Got a ton to cover in a very short time. So let's dive right into it. WWE Raw, great episode. It's funny because I know a lot of people are commenting that they didn't have enough wrestling and whatnot. You don't need a lot of wrestling going into Wrestlemania. I know that sounds weird, but we've pretty much established the majority of the bill, so it's not like we're going to have any surprises there. We just need to continue the storyline, continue interest until we get to WrestleMania, which is Saturday, which is crazy. Feels like it came quick, but I noticed they're allowing Ricochet more freedom with his moveset. They're allowing him to shine, which is pretty cool. You know, he had a nice reverse hurricanrana and a nice Canadian destroyer, which not a big fan of that move, but I don't like any pile drivers, to tell you the truth. I don't like any head bumps, any neck bumps, and I know if you do it correctly, there shouldn't be one, but we've seen in the past where, Stone Cold being a prime example of what goes wrong when you do a pile driver wrong. Owen continually said that he knew how to do a tombstone, and he didn't, unfortunately. But we got to see more of the Bray Wyatt documentary. Fireflies were out on Raw. Looking forward to it. I have not watched it yet. It actually came out on Peacock a little while ago. My wife and I were out. My whole family was out getting some stuff done at the store and whatnot, doing some errands. But I saw that it had come out on Peacock. I know it's going to be shown right after Raw tonight, so maybe we'll watch that. It's gonna be real. I think it's over 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm sure it's gonna be real emotional, and I'm not sure. I mean, I love Bray Wyatt, I really did, and I'm one of the few people that's come out. I shouldn't say few, but before his death, I was one of his supporters. Even when people were kind of trashing him during his run, I still really look forward to watching his stuff. And he always was really creative and just incredible mind. And it's a real shame that we lost him the way we did, and it sucks to put it bluntly. I like what they're doing with the camera work with Raw. I like how they're showing the talent kind of playing with the cameras more and playing into the cameras, looking directly into them. I'm liking that a lot. It was in Chicago, so Punk had a huge reaction, came out. I guess Punk is going to referee the match between Seth and Drew, possibly. I know they got a big reaction there. I'm thinking, a lot of people are knocking on Seth. I'm thinking that both Seth and Drew are having the best promos of their life right now. I mean, Drew has phenomenal interactions with Punk, and I love his training back and forth between them. Just some great stuff. I love the kind of heel he's playing now, where he's kind of playing that devil's advocate, and he a couple of times kind of admonished Punk with the whole being canceled and it's 2024 kind of thing, and and then Punk at one point dared Drew to say who chose him. From what I understand, Vince McMahon's name is kind of banned from being mentioned on any of the shows right now, so I like that. I like how they're playing with that. And Punk was also kind of alluding to the fact that Netflix might allow them more freedom as to what they say and if they can swear and whatnot. I'm kind of hoping they keep the product PG product still. It's one of the few wrestling shows right now I can watch with my son, and not have to worry about it. I'm not gonna have John Moxley bleeding if he, looks at somebody the wrong way or something, spontaneously burst blood through his forehead. But I'm hoping. I know SmackDown will be, at least for a while, at least while they're still on the network. So at least I can watch that with him. But yeah, I'm liking Seth's promos too, which is Not something I would have said in the past, and I know I disagree with some podcasters on that, but I do like his. I am liking his promos now, and makes me wonder what's going to happen at WrestleMania, and that's awesome. The fact that I can't predict what's going to happen, I love that. I'm pretty sure that they are going to put the belt on Cody, but as far as that goes, as far as anything else goes, there's still doubt in my mind, and I like that. I like not knowing what is going to happen. I like not being the smartest guy in the room sometimes, a lot of times actually. But really like that exchange between Punk, Seth, and Drew. CM Punk mentioned, did kind of played up to the crowd in Chicago about having the WrestleMania in Chicago. I don't think that would be a half bad idea. I think that would be a great show if they did it in Chicago, because the fans are just absolutely rabid in Chicago, and they're great wrestling fans, and they're smart, So I wouldn't mind that at all. One thing I did mention, I did notice, I should say, we did have a commercial break where they showed a trailer for Bob Marley, One Love, and I know it's not wrestling related, I don't care. I'm not sure I'm sold on the main actor yet. I need to see more of this. I'm really interested in seeing this, so I'd love to find more about Bob Marley's life. Not that it's going to be an accurate representation, much like Bohemian Rhapsody or The Doors or whatnot. Any biopic about a musician is usually stretches things out or about anybody. I've yet to even see the Iron Claw, unfortunately, but did pop up in the stores, which I did notice. I did. Oh, as an aside, speaking of Blu-rays, I don't know how many people my age are out there listening to the show, but I just picked up a Blu-ray, if I could speak properly, of Rad. And not too many people know about this movie. If you're into BMX racing and you're about my age, Rad was a huge movie for us. It lost money in the theaters. I think it cost about $3 million to produce, and only took in about $2 million. But I bought that. Was it yesterday or the day before? I forget. And I watched the Blu-ray yesterday. Up until this point, I hadn't seen it out on anything. My friend and I used to watch that thing on VHS, and we just kind of, I'm pretty sure we wore the tape out. I mean, but if you're one of these BMX riders or idiots into BMX like me, it's total. It was made in the 80s, so it's total 80s schlock. All the music, everything, the acting is just total 80s, but I absolutely loved it. Made me want to hop on a bike again, inspired me again. Man, I still got my Diamondback reactor out there, and not scary enough. At my age, I probably shouldn't go anywhere near it, but bought my son a mongoose a little while ago, and mongoose heavily represented in the film, and that was one of my proud daddy moments of buying him that bike. Let's see, what else? Great camera work again. They are nailing it with the camera work on. Unlike AEW, they're just killing it. Let's see. We did the whole thing with Sami Zayn losing. Just putting that little bit extra doubt whether or not he's going to win, which makes me believe and think that he is going to win. So he's going to win that intercontinental. Wow, if I could speak today, it would be a miracle. Championship off of Gunther, which would be awesome. Cody did his promo. Surprise appearance by Rock. Didn't know he was going to be there. Didn't say a single word. Came out to the ring. Whispered in Cody's ear. We found out later that he was saying to him that he was going to make him bleed later on. And sure enough, in this show, here comes Rock to beat the hell out of Cody. And great segment, very reminiscent of the Attitude Era. just like I said, great segment. Which I'm not sure if I did or didn't, but it looks like if he did or didn't, I should say, but it looks like Cody bladed. And the fact that it was raining out and everything just made everything look that much better. And what an incredible way to go off the air. What a great way to go off the air. Having Rock just beat the daylights out of Cody Rhodes and put that down in his mind. The only thing that, and I know a lot of other podcasters mentioned this too, it would have been nice to see him Cody throw a couple of wild swings in there, just make him a little bit more believable. So not. But I mean, he is the baby face, and he's the. They want to make him as sympathetic as humanly possible. And man, Rock, he looked intimidating during that whole segment. He just looked scary. He's not a person that I would want to get involved with in any way, shape, and form. He looked intimidating and just frightening. A scary dude. Let's see, what else did we have come up this week? The Slammy Awards nominations have been announced. Voting is closed right now, but they're going to be hosted by Big E and Kathy Kelly, it looks like. When is that? When are they showing that? Just says tune to social channels to watch from home, but then say, it's going to be WWE World at Wrestlemania. If you're in Philadelphia, okay, to watch live. Okay, let's see. So I don't know if they're going to show that in the Peacock Network or not. That'll be interesting. What do we got here? The categories: Female Superstar of the Year: Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Io Sky, and Becky Lynch. This one is not even remotely close for me. Rhea just should take this thing and absolutely crush that category. I'm sorry. She has been one of the most valuable people on this roster and just incredible. Male Superstar of the Year: Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Seth freaking Rollins, Gunther, Logan Paul. Got some good choices there. I mean, WWE is absolutely stacked right now. I'm gonna go with Cody. Best entrant, and notice these are my feelings, not my predictions. Because if I was gonna go with my predictions, I'd go different routes. But these are how I genuinely feel about them. Best entrants: Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Bianca Belair, Seth freaking Rollins, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, The Rock, and Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania 39. So not his regular entrance. Oh boy. Right now, it's a toss-up for me between The Rock and Dominic Mysterio. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to go with The Rock with slight edge. Return of the Year: CM Punk, The Rock, Nia Jax, Randy Orton, Naomi. Oof. This one's really close for me. It's between The Rock and CM Punk. I'm going to give the CM Punk an edge because The Rock, when he came back, initially didn't set the world on fire kind of the way. I mean, his comeback has been great, but his return wasn't as spectacular as Punk. How's that? Faction of the Year: The Judgment Day, Alpha Academy, Imperium, The Bloodline, and Damage Control. That's got to be The Bloodline for me. I'm sorry. Just because they're part of the best storyline going right now. Rivalry of the Year: Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Especially if you include The Rock and The Bloodline. So, Dirty Dominic versus Rey Mysterio, Bianca Belair versus Damage Control, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, and R-Truth versus Judgment Day. I'm going to say Reigns versus Rhodes, but man, the Rey Mysterio and Dirty Dominic is close for me because it got Dominic a ton of heat. Everybody loves Rey, so that just made him right there. That feud did. NXT Superstar of the Year. I am going to probably have to kind of pass on this one. But we got Dragunov, we got Carmelo Hayes, Lyra Valkyria is. Wow, I'm not even sure how to say that. I know her, but I mean I've seen her or whatnot. I can't even think of how her last name goes, and I'm sorry, you can correct me down below. Tiffany Stratton and Braun Breaker. I'm gonna say, and this is because of her work outside of WWE, not because of her NXT stuff, but Tiffany Stratton, because she has taken the ball and run with it, and she is already a superstar on the main roster. So I'm gonna go with her. Even though I didn't get to see her stuff in NXT, I don't watch NXT, unfortunately. But let's go with that. Match of the year, Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest. Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn. Gunther versus Chad Gable. Asuka versus Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Flair versus Ripley is always good. For me though, it's gonna be shocking probably. I'm gonna have to go with Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest, because that got such an awesome response, and Bad Bunny surprised everyone by being able to wrestle, and Priest carried him beautifully through that match. So that's my pick right there for my choice. OMG moment of the year: Mysterio punches Dirty Dom. CM Punk returns to WWE. Io Sky cashing in Money in the Bank contract. The Rock slaps Cody Rhodes. Damage Control turns on Bayley. And Cody slaps The Rock. It's between Punk's return and Rock slapping Cody Rhodes. But I'm going to go with The Rock slapping Cody Rhodes. Social Star of the Year: Grayson Waller, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Chelsea Green, and Liv Morgan. I think Drew ekes out Logan. I say Drew, just because he beautifully manipulated social media, and he's not a social media guy per se, whereas Logan is. So you expect them to have a certain level of being able to manipulate social media and do very well at it. I'm going to say Drew because he did some beautiful work with it, like his stuff against CM Punk. Just great. Great stuff. Breakout Superstar of the Year: Jey Uso, Tiffany Stratton, Pretty Deadly, Dragon Lee, or LA Knight. I almost said Tiffany, but I gotta go with LA Knight. Man, he has been on fire this year, so I'm gonna go with LA Knight. Let's go with him. What else we got going on? Let's see. Oh, Raw, we had let's see. I shouldn't say Raw. I should Dynamite. The only thing that really stood out to me on Dynamite, I actually did watch it kind of. I was doing things in the background, but I love the segment with Tony Hawk and Darby Allin just because I like skating. I was a skater a long time ago, so I liked the interaction there. I thought that was really cool. Even though, and when Tony Hawk planted off of Darby's foot, that was really cool. He did hand plant off his foot. Let's see, SmackDown. What do we have? We had Dragon Lee. This is a new member of LWO, which is cool. Are they hinting at another match between Rey Mysterio and Dominic, or is it gonna be LWO versus versus Escobar's faction? This got a little convoluted for me. Part of it was because I was distracted, unfortunately, during that segment. I really wanted to devote some attention to it, and I couldn't. I didn't rewatch it. But is Dominic leaving Judgment Day? Is he still in Judgment Day? I don't know. I mean, it was a little weird. A little unclear. And they even played upon that afterwards with his interaction with the rest of Judgment Day. And they're even kind of teasing a split between Dominic and Rhea, which has to happen. Even though as good as it's been, it has to happen. We saw Jade Cargill debut on SmackDown. I mean, she did her little promo in the ring. You could tell she was nervous. She looked out of place, unfortunately, even though she still does her, attitude, the same thing she did in AEW. But I wish her best luck. I really do. I want to see her do well, and I want to see her excel. They kind of, I shouldn't say kind of. She made the save for Bianca Belair against Damage Control. So they had her with, and Naomi. They had her with Bianca and Naomi pointing at the WrestleMania sign. So it looks like Jade Cargill is going to WrestleMania, man. But so are they doing a 6-man tag against Damage Control with those guys? I mean, that's gonna be interesting. I think they're kind of easing Cargill onto the main roster, and I think the fact that she hasn't come up tells me that there might be a few more chinks in the armor, and we might have seen some when she debuted, because she's still kind of using that tired promo style that she did. This girl's a blue chipper, and hopefully AEW didn't ruin her. I hope she does well, hopefully that all works out. Aside from that, unfortunately, I'm pretty much out of time. So, looking forward to WrestleMania. Hopefully everyone had a good Easter. I had a good Easter with my family. Had to work, unfortunately, day 2, but it is what it is. I got home around 2. Got to watch Rad, kind of with my son. He really didn't show that much interest in it, but it was still kind of cool, sharing that part of my life with my family. Because he obviously is never going to get to see me race. He never got, we didn't have any cell phone cameras at the time, so, we had cameras, but nothing, nobody really had a camcorder or anything, so most of the stuff, memories and whatnot, I have me racing or riding BMX is still photos, and I can show them some of those. But it was still pretty cool, like I said, trying to kind of share that with my family. Check us out on CrushingKayfabe.com, crushing with a K. Check us out on Patreon, on Instagram, on X, Facebook, YouTube. Give us a shout out. Patreon, you can become a member for $1 a month. And I'm purposely keeping that low, so hopefully people can contribute and help out. I know it's tough in this economy and whatnot, but $1 a month, hopefully you can find it in your hearts and in your wallet to help that out. These lights are expensive. All the electricity is expensive. So yeah, patreon.com, Crushing Kayfabe, crushing with a K. And if you're in Western Tennessee, check us out. Check out Then and Now, the flea market, and you can check out some of our merchandise, at least mine, I should say, my stuff, and check out some of my wife's handmade items and whatnot. So check us out at Then and Now, and tell them that Crushing Kayfabe sent you, alright? It really means a lot to me. Other than that, thank you so much for supporting the show. I'm so grateful for those that listen and watch, and it's really do appreciate the heck out of you. And, everybody be safe out there. Enjoy WrestleMania, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a show afterwards because I've got some dental work and some things coming up. It's going to be a little crazy, but yeah, like I said, enjoy the show. It's great to be a wrestling fan right now. It's awesome to see the stuff that's going on in WWE, and God bless. Thank you.